All right, hey everybody, welcome back to Joe's Corner. Today we're going to be making some spicy rice. I'm going to add rotisserie chicken to it, but we're just going to show how to make the rice first, and then we'll kind of progress from there. You can add anything you want to this. It's going to be spicy. So what we have here today, we got some cilantro, a red onion. This is a mix of, not like a secret sauce, but it's a mix of old dried peppers that just kind of dried out, and I put them in a coffee grinder, which I'll show you, and I just kind of keep the mixture of them. It's jalapeños, serranos, poblanos, all this different stuff I buy. And we got some cayenne pepper here, very good for your health. And then I got some ancho pepper here, just to add some more pepper. It is going to be spicy rice. I have fresh turmeric and some fresh garlic. And I have these peppers that are on the way out, so before they turn into these guys here, I'm gonna use them. The idea is we'll mix the cilantro in fresh at the end with the red onion. Those won't be cooked. The turmeric, the garlic, and these peppers that aren't completely dried out yet, they're gonna go into the chicken mix. And we're basically going to put the pepper powders in with the rice as it boils. In the end, we'll just fold it all together, and it's going to be some delicious spicy fried rice. Not fried rice, spicy rice. I used to go through the whole frying part, but you know, refrigerate the rice and all stuff. So I just make it fresh now. So I get my rice. And if you've seen the rice videos in the past, I'm gonna make about 1 cup for this. And I'm gonna put it in this sifter. I'm gonna wash it. So I'm gonna rinse this rice off real good. Get all the white powder off of it. Kind of sift the rice, I guess. For me, this is the easiest way to wash the rice. Now that it's washed, throw it back in the bowl. Of course, then we're going to get our magic rice ratio going. Which is 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups water. So 1 to 1.5. Okay, so 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cups of water. I'm gonna put some salt and some olive oil. Just a nice covering. Salt. And that'll do for the oil. I suppose I can use the fresh mixes. So I'm going to put some cayenne pepper over the top. Just a real thin layer over the top. I'll put some ancho over the cayenne. You can adjust this to your tolerance level of spice. Oof, I can smell it. I'll put a little bit more ancho in there. Now we're going to use this coffee grinder here. Just a little quick one. Which cord is literally like the shortest cord. So I need to plug it in over here. I'm just going to cut the pieces just a little so they can fit in the grinder. So we take our old peppers. You want to put the seeds in there. That's fine. You just want to make sure that like nothing was moldy on the inside too. So kind of break them open. Like this one, not so good. So we're just going to leave that one out. I don't remember which one's which, so I'm just going to take them all out. Well, this one's fine, so that one can stay. Well, basically, you just put this in the coffee grinder. And that's how you make this little mix here. Well, it doesn't take too much effort. Nice. All that dried up pepper. You know, if they dry out and they don't mold, that's great because you can just put them into something like this. And I'm sure you could deliberately make it so they dry out without molding or use the oven or something like that. But I just kind of like nature take its course. Now I'll add a little bit of that to the Cayenne and the Ancho. Again, we just kind of cover in the top. So now we're going to put this on the boil. I just put it on high to get it bubbling first. While that's going on, these. And we'll tuck the rice back. So these few things are staying fresh here. And the rest of this is going in with the chicken while the rice is still starting to boil. Oh, fresh turmeric smells so good. Okay, it's just dried out. And you want to chop all this finely too. The rice is just starting to boil. Have it on high over here. It's starting to bubble up. While it's bubbling before I transfer it, you want to give it a little bit of a mix here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer it to over here. Maybe in between simmer and two. Put that lid on it. Just let it cook. About 20 minutes into this, it should be ready. And we're back over here at our cutting station. Fresh turmeric's kind of like the same consistency as a carrot. My same chopping method. I'm holding my knife. None of my fingers are on the other side of it. That's all nice and chopped. And finally, we're going to do the same thing with the garlic. But of course, we're going to peel the garlic. There's no better way to peel the garlic than to smash the garlic. favorite thing to do, peel garlic. Said no one. Maybe there's some garlic peelers out there. I know there are. I don't use the sometimes when I'm cooking, I use the jar of garlic. And it works for a lot of situations. But considering that we want some freshness to this, I'm going to go with the fresh garlic. And I think it's going to be a lot tastier in the end, adding it to all these peppers. Ooh, I can breathe the peppers. Everything's changing. Look at that. That's gonna go on the chicken. It's gonna taste so good. Of course, this rotisserie chicken's fully cooked, so I might throw this in ahead of time a bit just to get it cooking. But nah, I'll wait for the chicken. How about we just wait? Of course, turmeric's gonna stain your hands. Probably want to get it off as soon as possible. Stains your hands, stains your clothes, stains your plates, drinkware, you name it. Get this into the pot. Okay. Gentle. Okay. Only a little bit of a mess this time. All right. So we got that in the pot. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. I'll use olive oil today. Usually I use avocado. Avocado. Either way, it's gonna be good. I'll just get that going to maybe like 4 on the temperature while rice is cooking. Now looks like a good base for a breakfast burrito too. Spicy. Okay, let's get our chicken. Okay, so we're back. We got our leftover chicken, and it's gonna be the source of the protein for our spicy rice. I use a different knife for my meat. I use a different cutting board for my meat. And this one's fully cooked, but All that fat. Ooh, that's going in the pot. You know it. Let's see what we got left on here. Oh man, the pepper's still looming. It's gonna be spicy. I like spicy, it's gonna be good. But I can't breathe or talk. Forgive me. It's gonna be the sniffles and everything. It's usually the fun part nobody really wants to do. I'm not too picky. I try to get as much as I can off of it, but I like to eat the skin, but I don't put it in with the spicy rice because of the texture. pretty good amount of meat left on this bird. Sometimes I get a big one. Sometimes I don't. Depends on what's there. I had covered the peppers, by the way. Should mention that. Juices will build up. It'll hit the chicken in a minute. Yeah, I'll say that's about good. Next step is we gotta chop it all up. If you've seen some of our rotisserie videos in the past, you already know. Now you will watch your fingers when you're cutting with this big knife. It goes through bone. It's meant to. I just pretty much cut all my wheat the way it is. Yeah. I'll salvage, yeah. I'm gonna break it down quite a bit. Just because it's just bits and bits here and there anyway. It's nothing like, it's not like a straight thigh or leg or anything like that. It's meat to mix it together. I apologize for the shakiness of the first person. It's just I have to put so much force through the board. I want to say that's pretty good. You have some texture to it. I'm going to take some pink salt. Just add that pink salt. I like pink salt in my chicken. So now we have our chicken all cut up. Looks good. You could cut it up a little more if you want, I suppose, but I think it looks good for the most part, and minus a couple big chunks. I'm gonna get this into the pot with the peppers and the garlic and the turmeric. Okay, so our rice is still cooking. It's fine. And there's our peppers. Getting sauteed. Welcome to my system, peppers. Whew. Good. Mix it with the oil. Let's get the chicken in there. Oof, try to do that as careful as possible, huh? Since the chicken is fully cooked, I'm more worried about heating it up. I do clean as I go. So let's get this mixed up. Oh. This is why we sauteed it with the olive oil, so the oil takes on the flavor and the oil will spread to the chicken as well. I don't know, I'm spilling some. It just pops so shallow. It's a good bottom heavy pan. It cooks well, don't get me wrong, but I start mixing too much stuff in it. It needs a lot of cleanup. Okay, so that's gonna heat up there. We're gonna finish cutting our cilantro and our red onion. And pepper. And here we are back at the cutting station. We got some red onion, we got some cilantro. These are going to be the fresh ingredients that we mix in at the very end after we've mixed everything else in. I chop them together. I'll peel that extra layer of red onion off and I don't even look back at it. If it comes off, fine. If not, I'm not that picky about the last layer of onion. I know some people probably are, but yeah. So I'll save half of this. This should provide plenty. I do move my fingernail across the tops of these as I cut, so when I pull up with the blade, it doesn't stick to the side. And always safety first. It's not about being fancy. I always like to overlay my herbs on top of onions. Makes the onions easier to chop. They don't get in your eyes so much, your nose, bounce around on the table a lot. So if you ever got herbs and onions, and you need them chopped, just go ahead and throw the herbs on top. You might get still some onion feeling out of it, I guess. I can't tell if the onions or the peppers or whatever anymore. I think it's a little combination of all the above. Because I'm not talking well, I'm not breathing well. Maybe this just means so much to me. Oh boy. Okay, so that's our fresh stuff. That's gonna go in at the very end. Let's check to see how our rice is doing, and if that's fully cooked, we'll assess how hot the chicken needs to be. And if they're all put together, then we don't have to worry about it. We can start mixing it. All right, let's get back over to our stove. Coming over here to our rice, which has been on for quite some time now. And it's definitely absorbing the spices. I don't like to touch it until I'm for sure, so I'll leave that there for a second. Let's check on our chicken. Oh, that's starting to smell real good. I'm going to turn up the heat on that a bit so it heats up a bit faster because I feel like the rice is almost done. It looks like it's evenly coated with spices, which is good. I'm just going to flatten that out on all sides so you get the most contact we can with the pan. Turn the heat up to about 8. That's going to start to sizzle a bit. I want to give the rice another minute. All the while, I clean up my mess as I go. Why waste that minute when you can clean some stuff up? Alright, so we'll go ahead and check the rice. Seeing if there's any water left on the bottom. And there's not. As we know, it's like there'll be some water left. It's starting to stick a bit, so let's go ahead and I'm going to give this a turn. Okay, look at that spicy rice, man. It's already spicy because of the cayenne, the ancho, the pepper blend. It's nice, evenly coated. It's all a solid color. I'll go ahead and turn the chicken off. The rice. The chicken's starting to sizzle. That should be nice and hot too. Excellent. All right, let's start getting it in the bowl. Back over here at our bowl. I got a very large, it's my salad bowl, but I'm going to mix everything in there because it's bigger. Hopefully we'll have less error. We'll see. Rice is definitely fully cooked. Never eat undercooked rice. And we got the chicken. Could be a little bit trickier. look at that, steaming. It smells delicious. And the last thing we have to do is add in all our fresh stuff, but we can start mixing the chicken and the rice together. Oh man, is this gonna be good? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Fresh cilantro, fresh red onion gives you, it's gonna give you a little bit of like a texture, a crunch, a satisfying fresh flavor, so you're not overwhelmed with just the taste of chicken and rice. So this will definitely add some freshness to it. I'll just throw them in last. I mean, like, they're gonna get in the hot rice and chicken, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't want them to break down. Oh my gosh, look at that. Spicy rice. Ugh. I think it's gonna be delicious. It smells delicious, it's gonna taste delicious. All right, well, I guess that's it for our spicy rice video. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna toss it and turn it one more time for you. And thank you for watching, and I hope you like this as much as I do. Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining Joe's Corner. I'll see you when I see you.